Well, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel and welcome back to my channel. So, if you're here for the first time, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. I love your comments. So, today I'm coming to you because of the apparent turmoil that is going on in what the media will tell us is the world. Do you know when you talk about everything's labeled and it's all sort of under one umbrella? But it's not happening in the world. It's happening in a specific spot in the world. And it is so easy for us to get dragged into the drama and into the fear, and because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's to get us back into our fear. So the council has been on my back saying you've got to go and you've got to talk to your audience, and let's get to the place of what is true and what is true for you and for me. So firstly, before I dive into this video, I would just want to ask you, how are you doing? How are you doing with all this fluctuation of energies? Because we are being bombarded by more and more potency from the sun, so that, our bodies are really finding it difficult at times. Certainly for me, I know. Last night was the lunar eclipse, I think, and it was the blood moon, full blood moon. And I had the most disruptive sleep. And I was planning to do this video first thing in the morning. Well, I was walking around like a zombie this morning because I'd had such a disruptive sleep. And that's not like me at all. So we are being affected by what's going on with all the planets in alignment, eclipses, all of that stuff. Because we are the microcosm of the macrocosm. But then on top of that, of course, there is this enormous disruption going on in the conflicts of countries and of politics, etc., etc., etc. And that is also affecting the collective, but it affects you most if you get dragged into the dramas and start having an opinion, or if fear is welling up in you. So this is what this is all about. This video is about bringing us back to why we're here. And, I'm addressing this video mainly to Australia and Australians, because this is the time for us to stand up and to fulfill the prophecies and predictions that I have talked about before. So this morning I was listening to some of Lee Harris's themes for the month of March. And he said something that really rang a bell with me. And he said, knowing prophecy is different to experiencing it in real time. And let me tell you, we are experiencing the prophecies in real time now. But let us not get sucked into the drama of it. Let us come back to who we are and why we are here and what we have signed up for. So again, I ask you to like and share, because the more that we spread peace, love, and harmony, which is everything I'm about, the more that is going to counteract the fear and the drama. So in earlier videos, I mentioned that Dolores Cannon and Edgar Casey and even Nostradamus has predicted eons ago that this is the land of peace, that Australia is where the new earth will erupt from, become the anchor of. Because when you look at us, and we are isolated for a reason. And the reason is that we are not involved. Well, Our politicians might get involved because, they're all run by other politicians, but the people, and let's face it, there are no people in any country anywhere on the globe that would choose conflict. If you've ever lived through any kind of war zone, you wonder what happened and why, because it certainly wasn't your choice. So as people, we are brought to notice that how much longer are we going to allow those who are supposed to take care of us to go out and see conflict as a resolution or solution? It's wake up time. But for us down here in Australia, it is time for us to step up and fulfill the purpose for our incarnation right here, right now. And what is that purpose? That purpose is for us to become that anchor for the golden age, to be the peaceful nation, to show the way, that there is another way, a better way. This is such a wonderful country, and it's so multicultural. I don't know if any of you have watched a short reel that I put on Facebook of a celebration I had with my multicultural family on the weekend to celebrate the end, I suppose, of the Chinese New Year celebrations of the Fire Horse. And in my own family, I have Australian, we have Dutch, we have Chinese, Malaysian, we have English, we have Greek. It's like, it's wonderful. Everybody comes together and nobody cares what religion, what belief. It's just we are there in harmony and love and celebration of family. And that for me is how all of the new earth is going to be. So it's really time for us who've chosen this time to be on this land, and irrespective of your ethnicity, your culture, your creed, your color, it doesn't matter. It's time to step up and show the rest of human collective that it can be done. We can do this. We are doing this. As an Australian population, we're pretty laid back. The best thing we love is to go to a game of footy, to have a barbie with friends and neighbours. That's who we are. So let's stay that. Let's keep that alive. Let's not get dragged into someone else's drama, someone else's problem. Let's stay home and build the new earth of peace, love, and harmony and equanimity for all. That is why we're here. That is our purpose. People have been asking me for years and years and years, including me, I've asked it, what is my purpose? Well, this is our purpose. Because this land down here is to be the land that will be showing the way. And it is you and I that have to do that. Now, if you feel the same as I do and are passionate about creating peace and love and harmony in the world, in whatever world, then please share, like, comment. Right? Honestly, what is it about those that take leadership and then go rogue? I have no judgment of it, because what I'm telling you is that all of this was prophesied. All of this was to be. When I first was awakened to my journey and to my purpose, and the council gave me an overview of what was ahead, at the time I was shown that there would be a war that would end all wars. And I, having come from a childhood of a war zone, went, do I have to be part of that? I didn't know how. Everything that was told me, that we would have a different monetary system. We would all the leaders that we had faith in would start to tumble, and there would be whole new systems of operation. We would go into a golden age, and the earth would, well, at the time they told me the earth would split. There would be a new earth born. But what I know now to be true is that it is just the same earth, but just at a different frequency, right? And that's what we're going through. So I at the time had no idea how that was going to happen. And so over the last 40 years, having observed step by step by step as we're going, but in the last 5 years, boy, has this sped up. Have we been brought to notice? Wake up and take responsibility for knowing who you are, and stop looking for someone to lead you. Lead yourself. Make your own choices. Live from the heart, not from the head. That is where we are meant to be going. So all the reveals that we've been asking for, gosh, everybody, people have to know how bad things and how we're being lied to and how nefarious and corrupt and all of that people have been, and we've been lied to. And yeah, are you one of those that wanted all that revealed? Well, it is becoming revealed now. What does it feel like? Doesn't feel good. I'm not watching it. I don't need to, because I know that it is meant to happen. All the misinformation, the lies, they're coming to the surface. And you either get dragged into that with opinions or, getting invested and wanting to go into the right and wrong and wanting justice. That's just being sucked into that energy. Can you stay strong? And this is what this video is all about. We have to stay strong. This is our time to step forward and go, no. Only peace, only love, only in harmony with our fellow humans. That is the only doorway to the fifth dimension, to a better way of living, to the next phase of humanity. And you either step up and buy a ticket to go there, or you have to continue to struggle and suffer. And so that is becoming more and more evident. And it's not a good or bad thing. It's not you're bad if you choose that. It just means it's going to take you a bit longer to get to the doorway of living in peace. So it's time for that choice right now. What is it that you have chosen? Well, you're listening to me, so I already know what you've chosen. Please comment. And don't be, if you're getting sucked into fear or, of all that's being thrown at you, I believe, because apparently the media is now releasing things that are not really great to watch or to hear. Well, that is if you didn't know already that was going on anyway. But how is that all affecting you? Are you in doubt? Are you starting to waver? And just be honest about it, right? Let's share that together so that we can encourage each other and to really, this is a channel where I'm calling people together to support each other in these times. To be the way showers, to be the strong ones, to be the steady ones, to stay in your center of peace, love, and harmony. Wow, this is the time that we have talked about a lot in the future. Well, there is no future, it is now. So it is time for us in Australia particularly to fulfill these prophecies and become an example, right? We need to become an example of a better way of living in cohesion and with each other and with nature and the earth. It's all about this amazing communication with everything and being able to walk with an open heart and love as your guiding force. It's time for us to make a conscious commitment. I made that conscious commitment a long time ago. But it is time, if you haven't done that already, then I'm inviting you to make a conscious commitment to be the way showers, to be, to restore the balance of peace and love and harmony, and to create a unity conscious community around you, right? In your families, in your neighborhood, in our country. And look, if you're watching this and you're not in Australia, that doesn't mean you don't do the same, because this is the energy that we are sending out to whoever is watching. And if you are in a difficult place somewhere around the world, then that is where you are meant to be the anchor. You don't have to be in Australia to become the anchor of peace, love, and harmony. If you're here and you're listening to this, then your place is where you're at. And you create that from where you are, because it has a ripple effect. You shine it out. But just know that we, down here, that we are building this energy. And so you're not alone. We are not alone. We are millions on this planet who have made the choice. So the council has offered us this dedication or mantra to make that commitment. So this is a dedication and mantra that you can say over and over again if you so choose. To step up and say, yes, I am ready. Yes, this is why I'm here. Yes, this is what I want. So it's not just to ourselves or in this country, but all of humanity and the earth itself that need this. So I would like to start with a dedication or a mantra, a commitment mantra that you speak to you, and then you live it, and you become a conscious, practical way shower for what is so needed today. You can feel it, can't you? We have been doing this work for so long. I don't know, some of you are longer than others. For me, it's 40 years. And in that 40 years, I've seen the progression. And I know this is the pointy end. Okay, so don't be frightened by it. Celebrate and go, doesn't look great, but it has to happen. Everything is exactly as it's meant to be. But if it's not in your front yard, if it's not in your town, then you're not meant to be part of it. So don't drag yourself or get yourself dragged into being part of a drama that isn't yours. Focus on what is important to you, to have peace, love, and harmony, to take that leap of faith into the unknown, really trusting that we are moving into the golden age, the age of Aquarius. But to be able to do it, we need to leave behind all the stuff that is now coming to the surface. And it's coming to the surface so that those who have not yet made that choice, who have not seen the duplicity and the corruption, and now suddenly see it, and they are also coming. And we have to have a steady ship and our arms and hearts wide open to show them the way. So I'd like to share with you Council's mantra and dedication. So I'd like you to just take a deep breath and just put your hand on your heart. And just bring your energy really into your body. Feel yourself. Get out of your head. Feel yourself. So I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. And look, at the beginning, you may think that you're not sure whether you can commit to this. So then don't, but you can replay and, pause it and start again as many times as you like. So this is the mantra that council gave me. Okay, so repeat after me. I accept my reason for being on this sacred land of Australia. And if you're not in Australia, then make whatever land you're in your sacred land. I choose to be a stabilizing presence on this land, wherever that land is. I'm the voice from Australia, so I'm calling Australia to stand up and be the anchor of peace, be the frequency of peace and love and harmony. I stand in peace. I build community in harmony. I walk gently with the earth. My thoughts, words, and actions anchor the new earth of peace, of love, of harmony in Australia and on the earth now. I am that I am, and so it is. So maybe you would like me to just read through it again. Okay, I'll read it very quietly. I accept my reason for being on this sacred land of Australia. I choose to be a stabilizing presence on this land. I stand in peace. I build community in harmony. I walk gently with the earth. My thoughts, words, and actions anchor the new earth of peace, love, and harmony in Australia and the globe now. I am that. I am, and so it is. So that last bit of I am that I am is just bringing you to the fact that we have to embody it, not just say the words. We have to embody peace. We have to embody love. We have to embody harmony. You have to live it. You have to be it. You know, this is what soul wants to experience. That's why soul has incarnated itself into you to be wherever you are. For that reason, that purpose, you're part of this enormous amount of volunteers wherever you're living to finally end thousands of years of control, of corruption, of darkness, of a frequency that was struggle and suffering. It's finished. But it can't be finished if we continue to want to talk about it, to want to think about it, to want to be frightened of it, and to allow it to take our power. Please comment, please share, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that, because it helps us, particularly in with the YouTubes, it helps it to be taken to more and more people, and that's what we want. We want more and more people to make these choices. So, yeah, it's heavy going at the moment for a lot of people, so I'd really like us to take a breath for a moment and send compassion to all the souls that have signed up to play the roles that you might be judging. But they're playing those roles so that those who haven't woken up yet can, do that. So I'm really glad I didn't choose that role. I'm so grateful I chose the role of peace, love, and harmony. So let's just for a moment take a deep breath and come into our heart and really genuinely send compassion and gratitude to all those who are playing those dark roles. And then have the compassion and the love and the healing for all those who have signed up to suffer and struggle and fall victim to this turmoil, to this time of evolution and devolution of humanity. Yes. Let's send that compassion all around the world. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so grateful that I'm still here, that I'm able to see this play out. I keep asking council, am I going to see it out to the end? Well, there is no end. They're constantly telling me, there is no end. There is just expansion, expansion, expansion. So I'm just an observer to the continuous expansion. When I hear people come to me and go, I've just woken up. And you know what goes with that, this waking up thing? You suddenly feel expanded, you feel more, but also you suddenly feel so good. And with all the seeking that we do and all the fighting and all the only thing that any human on this planet is looking for, it's not a lot, is to feel good. The problem is that we've always thought that someone else had the responsibility to make that happen for us. But the feel good is within us. And the more that you appreciate and love who you are and where you are and why you are, and the more in tune with your guides, your higher self, the more of soul you become in this physicality, the better you feel, and therefore the better you are. That's how it works. So as usual, I have been given a pretty in-depth meditation. So that is what I'd like to do with you next. Because it is in those moments when we go within that we make a difference in our own lives and in other people's lives. And I want to thank you before I go into this meditation. I want to thank you for coming on this channel, for sharing this channel, for commenting, and being part of this ever-growing community worldwide that are standing up and saying no to conflict, to corruption, to all the things that are of a lower frequency, and saying yes to love, to peace, to harmony. We're doing it. And I'm so grateful and humbled to still be here and to be even a tiny part in this transition into the golden age of peace. So just get yourself comfortable, wriggle your body, and really, itch your nose, because do you find that, when you least need it, your nose itches? I think that's a human thing. Very uncomfortable. Anyway, just itch your nose and, wriggle your body and get really comfortable. And when I do these meditations, I really want you to get out of your head and to really become very connected to every cell of your body, because it's the nervous system that we affect when we do that, and it's the nervous system that is the change maker within ourselves. So when the nervous system settles down and is peaceful, the rest of us follows. So just settle peacefully wherever you are, whether you're in Australia or somewhere else. And let us follow this beautiful meditation that was downloaded by the Council only last night. Yes. So let's just all close our eyes. And begin with this wonderful ability to breathe consciously, with the awareness that every breath you take is the connection to the higher spheres, to your higher self, to the quantum field. Every breath is a gift of life. So close your eyes and feel your body and release any tension with just gentle movement. Yeah. Feel your breath, as I said, giving you life. Breathing now consciously, slowly, peacefully. Feel your feet connected to the land beneath you. Whether you are near ocean, desert, forest, or city, feel the ancient ground of Australia or wherever else you are, holding you. This land has endured fire, flood, drought, invasion, change, and it is still here, steady, vast, quiet. Take another conscious breath in, connecting to the land. and let your nervous system settle. Now move yourself beyond the land, out into the vastness of space, among the planets. And imagine that you are looking down at the globe. See the Northern Hemisphere. See the areas of conflict, of struggle, of pain. Notice the movement, the activity, the noise, the intensity, the pain. Do not judge. This is just to observe. Send compassion, but also be grateful that you have not chosen that path at this time. Then gently allow your awareness to move downward to the Southern Hemisphere. More peaceful. Find Australia, a great red and green body of earth. From its center, a calm golden light begins to glow. This light is not aggressive. It does not fight. It stabilizes. It embraces. Now see thousands, then millions of small points of light across this land. Homes, farms, cities, beaches, communities. Each light represents a human choosing love over fear, peace and coherence over conflict. See these lights begin to connect, forming a luminous grid of peace across the continent. This grid strengthens the land. It strengthens the oceans surrounding it. It sends a steady frequency outward, not forceful, just unwavering. Now see yourself stand on this land. From your heart, a soft golden current flows down into the earth. From the earth, a stabilizing strength rises into you. You are not overwhelmed. You are not dragged into drama. You are steady and centered. Saying quietly within, I hold the line of peace. I build the field of harmony. I am a living example. This is my purpose for having chosen this land as my home. Now see this field expanding beyond Australia, not as dominance, but as inspiration. Other lands begin to remember. Slowly the light of peace spreads beyond this land, ever expanding as a new earth begins to form. Take a conscious breath now and feel this energy settle in every cell of your body. Feel gratitude for where you are and who you are. For the safety, for the beauty, for the space. And commit, not loudly, but clearly. I will not abandon peace when it is most needed. I am love. I am peace. I am harmony. Feel the truth of that in your body. Let it penetrate into your conscious mind as a belief, as a truth, as a knowing. As you slowly return your awareness to the presence. You know this is why you are here. You know what your role is, and you know you are committed to fulfill your mission. But you also know you are not alone. We are doing this together. When you are ready, take a deep breath and move your body, and slowly, when you are ready, slowly open your eyes. And as you return to your present state, wherever you find yourself, feel the peace around you. Feel the stillness in the air. But mostly feel the love, the peace, and the harmony that you are and that you now radiate from your heart into the world beyond. That is what we are. We are radiators of frequency. And we, down under, are holding the frequency of peace. This land is holding the frequency of peace. And we are now part of this prophecy that is being fulfilled, that was predicted by Dolores Cannon, Edgar Casey, Nostradamus. I think there were many others. So now it's up to us. It's up to us to stand firm together to be the way showers. I do hope that this has been fulfilling for you, that it has ignited the peace within you, but mostly that you have felt within yourself that this is our role, it is your role, it is my role, it is the role of this land. And that you truly know and trust that you can do it, that you can be it. And that we are making a difference. And we are the ones to lead the collective humanity out of the darkness into the light. Once more, I want to thank you for spending the time with me. And please, again, comment whatever you want to talk about. Tell me where you're from. Tell me how you're traversing this time of transformation. And share, let us spread this peace and this light together. Thank you so much for being with me again for this moment in time. And hey, who knows what's next? But I am excited and I am looking out of my eyes of joy and love and compassion. And I am fueling the new earth to become more and more present in our experience. Have a wonderful time. Whatever you're doing, make sure that is always founded on love. And you'll meet me there. Till next time. Bye.